Ferrari has finally released today its first ever SUV, except it's not really an SUV, it's more of like an FUV. You would see why it's an FUV later on in this video. Ferrari has even revealed what it sounds like and we are going to be testing that out. Welcome to the Four Wheelers. I'm Charlie and I bring you latest and amazing car reviews like this one. Please subscribe to support my channel and turn on your notifications to be the first to get updated when I drop a new video. So, let's explore this FUV. This is the most powerful SUV on the planet and it costs around $350,000. But even though everyone wants to call it an SUV, it's more of like a crossover or FUV. Some people call it the bigger brother of the GT C4 Lusso. Regardless, it's been a long time coming. Supercars company have always loved saying an SUV, we are never gonna do that, and then they do, and boom, they make a lot of money. It all started 20 years ago with the Porsche Cayenne being the first ever performance SUV, and when it first came out, a lot of people were angry about it. But fast forward 20 years later and the Cayenne is so successful that you can buy it in 19 different models. Since then, other car companies like Bentley, Rolls Royce, Aston Martin and the Lamborghini have all come out with SUVs and their sales have exploded. The Urus was the fastest selling SUV ever, and half of all of Lamborghini's total sales are the Urus. When former Ferrari's president and CEO was asked in 2016 about making an SUV, he replied, "You are going to have to shoot me first." But fast forward 6 years later and here we are. We've got the Ferrari Purosangue. In Italian, Purosangue means pure blood. So imagine calling your first ever SUV a pure-blooded car. But there might be a reason for that. Let's find out. Let's explore this SUV further, starting with the lights. They went with this split headlight design that seems to be trending all over the car industry now. We've seen it on BMWs, on Audis, Genesis and even the Bugatti. It's meant to give the cars eyes, but the real lights are hidden into the bodywork. You see how it just kind of follows that line in the front. In fact, the daytime running light is similar to the ones you see on the SP3. The light shapes look somehow similar to the Roma, and then the mouth air intake looks similar to what you have on the SP2. It's the same kind of shape and has the Ferrari badge in the middle. This FUV, Ferrari Utility Vehicle, is super low, but you can adjust the height during driving. The front bonnet is also massive, and that's because under the hood you've got a naturally aspirated V12 engine. Later on you might get a V8 hybrid or a V6 hybrid, but for now we have a V12, especially accompanied with that sound. The V12 is likely going to be the one we saw on the 812 Superfast, which was around 800 horsepower, and this would make it the world's fastest SUV, even more than the Aston Martin DBX 707 and the Lamborghini Urus Performante. The engine is going to have a 4-wheel drive and a dual clutch transmission to give it extra fluidity when changing gears. It's going to have a front mid-engine, which means the engine is right behind the front axle, which improves controlling and handling. Outside the car, you have these black wheel arches on the side, like what you see on a ton of different crossovers. At the back of this car, we see those curves that go underneath the tail lights. Also, speaking of tail lights, they are no longer round. They have this kind of thin line that looks similar to those you have on the Roma. You've also got quad exhaust pipes, I actually love the back end of this SUV or FUV or crossover, whatever, and here is the gorgeous interior. Behold. First of all, we've got an infotainment screen and center console similar to that of the GT C4 Lusso, and the steering wheel has a similar look to the SF90. On the other side of the cabin, we see an infotainment touchscreen like on the Ferrari Roma or the F8 Tributo. So, that's Ferrari's first SUV. What do you guys think? Who's next? Is it the McLaren? Let us know right in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Thanks for watching.